Hello everybody, this is Starman and welcome back to Let's Play Quest for Glory 2 Trial by Fire, The Thief Path, the VGA remake. Well, we're here in the alleys of Shapir because, although I said last time we will be doing a little bit more thief work this time, there is something I thought I'd do first, which is a new addition to the VGA game. You'll see we have a little bit of graffiti here. We encountered this before. But we have a message here. Misfortune will arise when the dinar hits the fountain. Now, that may not mean much to us directly, but each of these graffiti notes have a riddle. You might remember that we asked about a certain warrior named James last time, the one who donated the jackal head, whom Uhura said had given up being an adventurer to become a brigand. Well, they added this sweeping Sir James character into this game, and in order to encounter him, you have to read one of the graffiti messages and then figure out what point it's referring to. Now, in this case, the dinar hits the fountain is referring to Dinar Street and Fountain Street and where they meet. And Dinar Street, you'll remember, is the street with the money changer. So we'll go ahead and go to Dinarzad, because when you talk to her, and you might want to know where a certain someone, who shall be nameless, yet from whom I have little love, conceals his safe. Yes, there is a weapon shop in the sea which has a trap door beneath its anvil. If you can but move the anvil and open the trap door, you shall be richly rewarded. I shall also be rewarded, knowing I have contributed to the fall of the weaponeer's house. That would, of course, be the House of Usher. And as long as we're here, we might as well see what special topics we can speak about with Dinarzad. We can actually tell her about Spielberg. You tell about how you joined the Thieves Guild in Spielberg. There is no Thieves Guild around here. The Sultan and his men keep a close watch over the city. Had there been an official gathering place for thieves, they certainly would have found it by now. Of course, there are still plenty of opportunities for the skilled purloiner around here, and you will find the games I like to play a lot more gratifying than those dull old dagger-tossing contests that you mentioned in Spielberg. Well, I rather like the dagger toss, but we can also tell her about Baba Yaga. Turned her into a frog, you say, and I thought Prince Charming was supposed to do the opposite. We can also tell her about Abdullah. Talk about the trip on the magic carpet. Such a shame the carpet was not yours to keep. Nothing like a magic carpet ride to capture a girl's heart. Yes, I could have shown her a whole new world. You can also tell her about the fire elemental. You are a very clever person to overcome such a deadly creature. And that's pretty much it. And we can tell her about the inn. I'm certain you are enjoying your stay in our fair city. I can tell you there are far more exciting places in Shapir to spend the night. And we can ask about date. My, you certainly have a way with words. You might say you have a golden tongue. And we can also tell her about the burglary. I admire your skills and courage. You would make us such a suitable business partner. We can also tell her about the dance. If a cattlewoman is already capable of moving you, I would love to see how you react to my techniques. And fortunately, that will not happen. We can also mention Omar. Surely there are more exciting ways to spend the evening. And we can also mention Aziza. She does not seem like a very exciting person to be around. And we can also mention Rakesh. Rumor has it he is royalty. I could certainly not tell by the amount of money he carried with him. And secret things we can ask her about the guard. That's because I'm telling, not her. So ask about guard. Guard. The guard Frank is my own and he does not speak. I also ask about goats. Don't be so sheepish. I love to kid around. I'll ask about tool. I love a good thieves' tool. I'll ask about oil. Oil is used to loosen locks, relieve squeaky hinges, and make other things slide smooth. Oh my. We can also ask her about date. You seem to be a very dangerous man. A girl cannot be too careful. Perhaps we know each other better, though. You can also ask about kiss. If you have to ask about, then you certainly don't deserve it. You can also ask about Tarna. Royals and commons are the currency of the Kingdom of Tarna. I have many such coins in stock, for there are 2 travelers from Tarna in the city as we speak. Yeah, that would be Rakesh and Ahura. We can also ask about golds and silvers are the currency of Spielberg Valley and the surrounding regions. They are fairly common coins. And we can also, in a new edition of this game, ask about Mordavia, which will be the setting of the 4th Quest for Glory game. Crowns and kopecks are the currency of the land of Mordavia. A seldom exchange either type of coin, for travelers from Mordavia stopped coming to Shapir some time ago. And we can also ask about Similaria, which will be the setting of the 5th game. And I mistyped it. It would be, Silmaria. Drachmas are the currency of the kingdom of Marit. During the winter months, the numerous merchants from Similaria would journey here to trade and import goods. Many drachmas passed through my hands. And that's all of the secret questions. So that is all that we are going to get out of her. Alas and alack. But you'll remember that Dinar Street is the street that leads to Dinarzad's shop, which means we can follow it around to where it makes contact with the Fountain Street. And we should have a very impressive encounter. If I've done this right, which I should have. And if I haven't, well, it will give us a chance to boost our stealth skill a bit. And yeah, there's another graffiti note, but we won't look at it because looking at the note resets where the encounter appears, and we don't want to do that just yet. And that would be Battle Avenue, which eventually leads toward the Fighter Plaza. And just to be safe, I think we'll go ahead and save here. And that right there is Fountain Avenue. So I think if we go here, turn a bit. And bingo! Wow, we knocked him into the wall. Now, in order to win the fight, we have to track him down and beat him 4 times. And each time he displays a different set of fighting skills. One time he'll be a fighter, one time he'll be a wizard, one time he will be a thief, and one time he will have the abilities of all 3. So now we have to wander around and find another bit of graffiti. And after all that, strength 178, weapon use 136, stealth 156. And we could definitely use a bit of a pick-me-up. Aha. Those who wish to follow the way of the sword should start at the very beginning or face their undoing. I think this took us right back to the Fighter Plaza. Yep. Well, I believe that the Sword Plaza is... I'll go ahead and save here. There is a Sword Street. I think it's the one leading north from the plaza, so let's go ahead and take this way. Clicked right on the edge of the map there. And yep, Sword Avenue. So we will follow this one around. And here we go, Soldiers Avenue. And we'll turn around because those who follow the path of the sword, the soldier, must go back to where they came. So we backtrack the way we went. Well, I thought that made sense, and aha! And he's a wizard this time. But a wizard with a sword. And now the big finish. Oh, that's right. I didn't retrieve my daggers the last time. Silly me. Well, we're halfway there. Aha. Those who dare to walk the fiery road will not return unscathed. Well, this one is a little bit easier. There is, in fact, a fire avenue that leads away from the plaza of the palace. here's Air Avenue. Well, I thought it was north, and actually is this Beauty Avenue. Yeah, Beauty dead ends here. Actually very close to Aziz's place. Actually, maybe it was... Yeah, maybe it was the Fountain Plaza that Fire Avenue went from. Well, an easy way to figure it out. Sultan Avenue. Actually, I have a sneaking suspicion. Might be the other street leading out of here. Dagger Street. I know it's not that one. Actually, come to think of it, wasn't Fire Street one of the streets off the main road? Yeah, West Avenue, East Avenue, Fire Avenue. No one hears you knocking. Only silence. Okay, well, nothing there. But as soon as we turn around and walk the other way... Yep. And the last place where we tried to find him, oddly enough, requires us to walk down the Street of Stars, but I have to find the graffiti to trigger that first. Luckily, I think we can find it just by walking there. And it is right down East Avenue. Okay, so we're not going to get around to robbing the weapon shop this time, but I think we might be able to finish off Sir James. And here's one of the Trakima. There is no higher quality moisturizer or body oil in the world. The content of every bottle you see there was handmade by me myself, and nothing I sell contains any chemical components whatsoever. You're not interested in any of the bottles right now. Yeah, Kata selling essential oils. Go figure. And our throwing is now up to 175, weapon use 138, stealth 161. And looks like a t-shirt salesman. Name is Scylla. I have wonderful clothing and robes fit for an emperor. You don't need additional set of clothes right now. You hear a strange noise approaching. The strange noise seems to be coming closer. The strange man bears a striking resemblance to some of the Everodd characters you've met around the city. You call out to nobody in particular. Well, not the encounter I was expecting, but we finally did get to trigger the Harpo Easter egg. Although we oddly enough got it at the place where I think we're supposed to finally encounter Sir James once I find that last graffiti message. Well, I am going to wander around until I find that graffiti message, and once I do, we'll pick up the next chapter from there and finish this silly little side quest. And next time we probably will finally get around to robbing the weapon shop. We'll see you then.